Fit with Coco. Is her training program the best fit for you? Here's Courtney Fisher, aka Coach Coco, and her breakdown. One thing that's really interesting when personal trainers and fitness experts and influencers, all that stuff, talk about their background, their education, they tend to embellish and say things that are really funny. So breaking down her background, it says certification, certified personal trainer. This is interesting because normally you're ACE certified, you're NSCA certified, you're all the ones that are under the suns. There's ISSA, there's NASM, there's, whatever. She does not list who she's certified. She just says she's a certified personal trainer. Technically, you could certify yourself. There's really no regulations in this industry. So that's always a question mark when you think about when people do this. Now we're going to break down her program, what she talks about her program or her method, she calls it. We follow a 3-2-1 strength by time Pilates training method. So no matter what program or challenge you're following, we complete 3 days of strength training, 2 days of Pilates, and 1 day of core and mobility. The transformative blend of low impact strength and Pilates workouts empowers us to build muscle, drop fat, increase energy, and improve our overall body composition. So I'm going to stop right there and break that down. So first of all, it's not transformative. Pilates is also low weights with mobility, movement, and low strength will not really build muscle. So not really sure how that works. It's not going to be the best for, dropping fat either. Increasing energy, obviously, the more weight you lose, the more fit you become, cardiovascular improves, all that stuff. You're going to definitely improve on that. It's also wouldn't be the best from a body composition standpoint. But let's break down and look at some of her workouts. Obviously, she's very accomplished. She's got, here she has almost 800 followers. On this one, on her other Instagram channel, she has 2.7 million followers. So way to go, Just Coco and Fit with Coco method. Here's her YouTube channel. She's got 127 subs, 84 videos. So there's enough content here for us to review to look at some of these videos. So here's on Facebook. She has 1.3 million followers. So nice work. So let's look. If your goal is to lose weight and get as lean as possible with the most efficient movement, so you can see that she's combining multiple things at once. She's doing a squat and then moving the dumbbells inward and outward, right? So gravity works straight up and down. So obviously she's squatting with these, let's just say they're probably 10-pound dumbbells. So very little resistance on that body. Remember, the more resistance you have will help you typically gain the most weight until the resistance is so high, you're going to have a lower rep range, which will cause way more neural fatigue and create more of a strength benefit and less of a muscle growth benefit. Granted, more neural drive, more strength will help you burn more calories, i.e., shed more pounds. When it comes to dropping fat, it's essentially you got to lose 3,500 calories to lose 1 pound of fat. You have to have an excess of doing that. You could do that through diet, or you could do that through working out, cardiovascular stuff. If you ran for an hour, you're going to burn roughly 600 to 800 calories, ballpark. If you lift weights, you're going to burn additional calories. If you adjust your diet where you eat 500 calories less per day, you're going to burn about, again, 500 less per day, create your body deficit, 500 times 7 days in a week, 3,500 calories. That's 1 pound of fat per week. I know it's not always the best payoff because you could probably eat 3,500 calories in one sitting. So again, we break down, what's going to be the most efficient way to shed fat, get lean, and do that. So when you come in here, you can see, obviously she has a phenomenal physique, great figure. She does all this, in and out. So if you look about gravity works by going straight down and up. So if she's going sideways with curling her arms, it does nothing. It's just putting stress on her shoulders. Same thing with this. It's moving mostly horizontal with gravity. So again, very, very low stress on your triceps and biceps for those movements. This mostly just static shoulder exercises. She lowers here. This is a tricep extension, or kickbacks is what they're called. They're very ineffective unless you're using a cable system. So right off the bat, I'm going to be like, not rating her workouts. It's very impressive. This is the same thing. Obviously, lunges are great, but the little weight that you have, you're better off just doing weighted lunges with a heavier weight than adding all these little things in, like this jumps and switching. Each exercise determines on what weight you should lift. She's using the same weight the whole time, which probably will be a benefit to a lot of people because they think, like, I can use light weights and get a figure like hers. That's just not the case. If you're already fit and you look like Coco and you do light weights, this stuff is fine. Maintenance is totally different than trying to transform your body. So if she wanted to say in her program that we maintain your figure with our 3-2-1 strength and Pilates system, that would make more sense. Let's go into a longer workout here. Let's see if she ever adds any more resistance, i.e., heavier dumbbells with specific movements, or if they're all basically, and we're just going to speed through this here. If they're all, well, let's get really through this. So it's all body weight stuff, like breath work, yoga, Pilates types of movement. She's focused more on like the mechanics and all stuff. And I see women do these workouts all the time. This stuff does really nothing. Again, no resistance at all. Very low on the caloric expenditure. So it's good to move your body, right? This is great. Obviously, if you've never done anything and you start doing this, you will start burning more calories, and therefore over time, you'll get in better shape. But if you're looking to drop, 15, 20, 30 plus pounds, this stuff's going to do nothing. If you really want to fine tune your physique, you're better off just hitting the gym, lifting actual heavier weights, and having a more routine than all this jazzercise type of movement. If this is the only thing that you'll do, then by all means, this is far better than doing nothing. So that's literally a 26-minute workout that burns hardly any calories, right? So again, and you have no resistance on the body. It might make you more flexible. It might get you more mobile. Those are all great things if that's your goal. You got a ton of people watching, so 34,000 people watching that. So let's go into this. Another one. Let's kind of fly through it. Let's see. So she's doing a hold, isometric holds, and just back. So again, good for mobility, all stuff. Not great from a weight loss standpoint. Great from a maintenance standpoint. Again, no weight on your stiff-legged deadlifts. Those are probably 8 pounds. And again, nothing here. There's no resistance. They're, adding little ankle weights, even though it might burn, you're just creating more muscular endurance within the body. You're not getting much caloric expenditure. So if you have weight to lose and you want to lose weight and get in really good shape, then this program probably is not the best for you, or her exercise. If you want to get more mobile, and like I said, if you want to maintain your body, you already have a good figure, then I would, it's all good. All fine and dandy. Same thing here. People forget about gravity and how it works. She's combining multiple movements in one, which makes it interesting, but it's not great from a getting results in the gym standpoint. She's got upright rows. I'd like to see her form with her back more horizontal. So the resistance there, again, she's moving the weight more horizontal, which again isn't great from a resistance standpoint. Let's go to a next exercise. So a lot of little stuff. When you use this light of weight to do little movements like this, again, it's very minimal from a caloric expenditure. So that means you're not going to get as lean. You're not going to drop as much weight as fast. You're not going to get as fit as fast as if you just went to the gym and did some basic exercises. Again, moving the weight horizontal. That's things you should watch for right off the bat. And the big bang for your buck is this squat here, but it's with minimal weight, so it's not gonna get you that much, that many the results you're looking for from a weight loss standpoint. Maintenance, if you're already fit or you're naturally a lean, skinnier framed individual, this program will probably be great for you because you're just trying to maintain, not want to put on muscle. That's what it should be targeted. Hey, maintenance program, don't want to put on muscle, and your diet is on point, then this would be something that you guys could follow. Obviously, you can see her using heavier weights. I guarantee she lifts a lot heavier on her own when she is not showing all these low workouts here. And this is, again, heavier weight, but the downside is, right, she's moving the weight horizontally, right? So again, gravity goes straight down. So you have to move the weight up and down based off of gravity to create more resistance in your body. I see this all the time at the gym. It cracks me up. If you understand just how gravity works, it's a really simple aspect to understand. But again, great physique, really phenomenal. I see fitness models, influencers do workouts all the time, and they just don't really understand how mechanics work and how to get the best results. But they put together programs, they sell them to you guys, and they make money. Something that's interesting here, if you look at this, with this lower ab, this is a great lower ab exercise, but the key is you have to keep your back on the ground here. If you move it at all, that stress goes to the back and not on the abs like she's doing. And if we just slow this down real quick, I think I'm in too fast a speed here. We're back on 1. Okay, so see, she has to keep this completely flat. And it doesn't matter how big your glutes are, any of that stuff. It's so when she comes down, you notice that little arch in her back. That means she lost the engagement of her lower abs to really get them to fire, and the stress went to your lower back. So again, just little things from being in this industry for too long and understanding mechanics and movement and all that stuff and getting people results. I would not give her the best grade from a standpoint if people want to lose a lot of weight, get really lean, transform their body, and put on a lot of muscle. And women get scared with that phrase, put on a lot of muscle. She probably lifts a lot heavier weights on her own time, which we're not seeing in these programs, or she just does a lot of this on a frequency standpoint and has a naturally lean physique. So then she gets away with doing movement like this, and that works, right? Like you see people do yoga, you see people do Pilates that are very low resistance and can maintain their physique and just put on little teeny bits of muscle. And obviously if their diet's on point, they're going to get lean and stay lean, so it maintains their figure. Hopefully this was informative. Hopefully you learned some stuff. If you have more questions, feel free to leave comments below. Coco, I'd love to see or have you list your actual certifications in here on who they're by, as opposed to just random stuff like that. But wish you guys all the best, and here's to getting the best results this year and all the years to come in the gym. Take care. Bye.